doing the whole way.
Everybody up. You fine? Go, Chris.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, Chris will lead off, and he'll throw the first pitch low and away. And Jackrabbits will be visitors today against Prodigy United out of Lincoln, Nebraska. Chris will take that pitch for strike. Swing and a miss. 58-mile-an-hour pitch. And so Chris now will have the hype fire on his shoulder, ready for the next pitch. Swing and a miss. 61. And Chris down on strikes. Number 15 on the mound for Prodigy United. Coming off the mound, so notice that we're in on a mound situation today, not off the flat. It's a USSSA tournament today, and they've given us the portable mounds, so that'll allow the pitchers to get a little bit more speed on their pitches. And there's a ground ball right through the middle, and Jorge on with a single. That ball goes beyond the center fielder. Jorge will now go to second, and he will come to third. And we'll see how that throw is. If it's on line, he's out. It's not quite in time. Jorge with the dive for a triple. And Teddy will bat third now. So Teddy batting third with a runner on third, one down. Teddy leads the team in RBIs. And then he popped that ball straight up. Second baseman, shortstop underneath it. And he grabs it, and Teddy pops out for the second out of the inning. So Aaron in now. Teddy with a swing and a ball in his eyes, popped it up. Yep, coach barking at him for swinging a bad pitch selection there. So Aaron now is going to need to drive a ball safely into the outfield to get Jorge in. Nice pitch, 56 according to the gun. And we're trying to get that implemented in the stream today. Hopefully it's showing up there just below, I think, the balls and strikes in the scoreboard. And ball low. So the Prodigy, fresh off a win against the Mud Hens, already 6-5 today. And they have driven in from, ooh, that ball's high. Aaron gets his bat down. And so that's ball two. Prodigy coming from Lincoln, Nebraska. So they've got the travel baseball here, but they already have one victory. So let's see how we do against them. There's a nice curve. That was a beautiful curve. So I got 2 balls and 2 strikes now. if the United pitcher, number 15, can break off that curve, he will flummox us all day. And there's a fastball fouled off. Just realized we have 15 versus 15 here at the mound. And see where Aaron can put this ball now on a 2-2 count. Aaron, ooh! Cue shot off the end, making the coaches in the dugout dance a little bit. Thankfully, that got all the way. Nobody needs to get hurt. And it's a 2-2 count still with runner on third. Oh, I forgot to put my picture in the picture. Whoops. What? I put it back over here. It's showing up down here. I just don't know if it's true. 62, swing and a miss for strike 3. Jackrabbits go down. They do get a runner on base, but leave him at third. And with that, Jackrabbits will take the field and the bottom of the first. Well, that was a bummer. What's the light? So, just a heads up, everybody. Thanks for joining us. We have Keith on the scoreboard again. This is Mike on the mic. Teddy, the starting pitcher, is my son, and he's throwing to Isai. Keith is a proud dad of Kieran, who's often behind the plate. And we've got a totally different lineup today and a very different look for the Jackrabbits in the when we're batting, although the field looks very similar. Let's go through the defensive lineup here. So Teddy on the mound, actually a mound today, woot woot. And Isai is the catcher. We'll have Joe at first, Chris at second, Ricardo at short, and Jorge at third. That'll put Kieran in left, Jack in center, and Aaron in right. So that's our lineup there. So ball's in coming down is the call from Isai. And we'll see how Teddy does in his first inning here. Nice throw from Isai coming down. Oh, it's not? Okay. So that's, it somehow says it's connected, but it's clearly not connected. I'll have to, tonight, go in there and disconnect and reconnect them, I suppose. All right, number 2 steps in for Prodigy United. And Teddy comes set, coming from the stretch right away, no windup. That ball is corked into center field, and it's over Jack's head, and 2-1 bounce to the fence. So we'll see if there's a play at third. And there is a play, but that ball gets away and actually hits the fence here. Oh no, Kieran has a backup. Sorry, it doesn't hit the fence. So great backup from Kieran in left field to back that ball up. But a leadoff triple for Prodigy United. Teddy left that 62-mile-an-hour fastball up, and Prodigy crushed it. I've got my camera switched, so my picture-in-a-picture is screwy, but that's your third base there. You can see the batter getting off third base, or the runner getting off third base, excuse me. So in the steps number 3 for the United. Teddy comes set. And that ball is popped up, 59-mile-an-hour pitch to the right side. Aaron lets it drop, and the runner's going to take it into first, and the run will score. So 1 run across now. 2 batters up for Prodigy, 2 hits. No, they're from Lincoln, Nebraska. Let's throw down a second. and they get him. So beautiful pop throw from Esai, and first out of the inning for the Jackrabbits. Right when we needed it, honestly. That was a nice pick-me-up for Teddy, who's been very hittable here in the bottom of the first. Teddy comes set. Swing and a miss, a 58-mile-an-hour pitch. So in steps the left-hander, number 20 again for the third pitch of the at-bat. And a 1-1 count. Teddy puts that ball in the dirt, 60 miles an hour. Nobody on, so it gets away from Eastside, but it doesn't matter. And we are back at the same fields we were at last weekend. Teddy's a big fan of these fields. They play nice. This field specifically does slope away from home plate. There was a beautiful curve, 53. And so to the left-hander, number 20, that ball looked like it was going to be outside and then broke over the plate. It's a little dangerous to throw a curveball to a lefty because it does break into the zone, but 20 gave up on it and it broke back in. And that ball is hit right up the middle and goes funky over Ricardo for a ball that will then slide into the outfield. And the runner will take first. So Teddy very hittable today. I'm putting these pictures in the wrong spot. There we go. So number 25 steps in now with a runner on first. Strike. So with these big, tall batters here in the middle of the order, Teddy's got to keep the ball down low. You can see when he puts the ball up, they can really drive the ball. And there's a curve, 51. You got him fishing. That's exactly what we're doing. So 1 ball, 2 strikes now. So Teddy's been able to get 2 strikes on a couple of batters here and then lost them when they come back and time up the fastball. So let's see if he doesn't go back to the curve again. And the next pitch. Ball's inside. 58. Not sure if that was supposed to be a change or a fastball. It wasn't quite fast, but it wasn't slow enough to be a change either. So 2-2 count, 1 down, runner on first. And Prodigy's already put 1 across the board. There's a foul ball. And now I'm feeling a light drizzle. There was some discussion of it being one of those Colorado afternoons where you have a beautiful day all day and then you get the afternoon rainstorm. So we'll see if that happens. And 2-2 count, Teddy set. Next pitch. Ooh, 55. Everybody on the Jackrabbit side groans at what they thought was strike 3. Now Teddy in a hole, 3-2. He's going to have to come back with a fastball. 25 will be sitting fastball. Let's see what happens here on this pitch. Strike 3. That's it for him. That was a low strike. Maybe a make-up call from the ump, I'm not sure. But nonetheless, Teddy gets a strikeout in the second out of the inning. 17 will step in. And that was a ball. 61 was exactly where the last pitch was. I think the last pitch was a make-up, honestly, for the curve. It was a strike. So 17 digs in a little bit. And there's a shot up the middle. Jack picks it up. He's going to get it back in, but not before the runner reaches second safely. So Teddy giving up 3 hits this inning already. No, 4 hits this inning. Helped by his catcher on the stealing attempt, and then 1 strikeout. So number 1 will step in for Prodigy United. And a left-hander now. the bat on his shoulder. Now he's ready for the pitch from Teddy. That ball is high and away. Ball 1. Teddy be instructed to not worry too much about the runners, but instead just go get the batter. That ball's popped up off to the right side, and foul ball. Jorge and Kieran went for it, but it looks like it just got out of play. And Teddy will come set, grabbing a new grip. Let's see if we get the curveball here. We do, and that ball's high. And there will be there a play at third. I think we'll just probably eat it. And he does. Isai did not get a good batch of leather on that curveball, and it spun out on him. He's claiming ownership of that. And there's a ground ball. And Teddy just bobbles it. And what should have been the end of the inning, he just eats it there. And the runner also advances to third on the 2 outs he was running. So Jackrabbits not in any way looking like the championship team that they were last week. And 23 steps in for United. At this point, 60 and high. We may end up seeing the entire Prodigy lineup here in the bottom of the first, which would not be good. 2 across, however, it does feel like the damage has been a lot worse than that. And 2 down. That ball's hit straight up. Teddy does make the catch. Absolutely no talking, nobody talking. Jorge doesn't say a word, Teddy doesn't say a word, and Isai doesn't say a word. None of them say, I got it, I got it, I got it. Thankfully, nobody runs into it. And that is the 3rd out of the inning. But not great defense there. Lucky defense more than great defense on not calling that one. But that's it. That retires the side. Jackrabbits will put their helmets on and take their places in the batter's box here. As we go to the top of the second, we will see Ricardo, Joe, Isai. And when those guys get on, we'll have Jack, Kieran, Isaiah, and Jabrell. And I believe Gianni has joined us as well. We may get Gianni at the bottom of the order there as well. But we got to get through. We did not do a good job at all in the top of the first getting guys on. They were 4 up and 3 down as number 15 here mowed them down. Just a heads up on this. This is the USSSA Memorial Day Classic, I believe it's called. Memorial Classic, excuse me. And it is very interesting. There are 12 teams, I believe it is 12 teams, and they've been divided into different pools, and each of those pools of 5 play each other. So we have a total of 4 games among each of the 5 teams. Sorry, each team plays the other 4 in their pool, and they will then at the end of Sunday, so there's 2 games today. Jackrabbits play now, and then they play again at roughly 4. And then there will be 2 games tomorrow, and then the top 6 of the 14 teams will move on to a game, a single elimination on Monday. So pool play is sort of today and tomorrow, and then we get elimination tournament for this top 6 teams on Monday. Now it doesn't matter if you win your pool or not. You've got to be just one of the top 6 teams. So it's very possible some pools could end up with teams that are like 4-0, a couple of 4-0 teams, and then 0-4 teams. Swing and a miss at a 62-mile-an-hour pitch, and some other ones where everybody ends up 3-2 and 2-3. And even if you won the pool, I'm sorry, 3-1 and 1-3. If you won the pool at 3-1, if there's a bunch of 4-0 teams outside of your pool, you will not advance. So it's very tricky. So Ricardo quickly in the hole here. 15 throws that high fastball. It's about high 50s, low 60s. And our boys love swinging at it, even though it's not a strike. Strike 3, and his ball's dropped. Ricardo drops his countenance, and he doesn't even make a move towards first, and he's out on the strikeout. So Joe steps in now. Joe usually the leadoff hitter, bat middle of the order this game. The ball's away, and 56 miles an hour. So Joe's got to do the job he normally does as a leadoff hitter, which is get on. And let's see if he can do that here. Swing and a miss at 56 at the knees. So 15 just in and around the zone every pitch. He's not missing by much if he misses. Swing and a miss. Strike two. Our Jackrabbits, they look like a Wednesday night team up here. The team that gets trounced, not the weekend team that's been relatively successful. Strike three. And that's 7 pitches and 2 outs, I believe. So Isai stepping in. The Jackrabbits limited to no energy at this point. Prodigy united with all the energy and all the momentum. And Isai with the bats here takes ball 1. He's got the sliding oven mitt in his back pocket, so hopefully he can get on and put that to good use. In the on-deck circle is Jack. And that ball is low. We're going to get a timeout here, and we're going to clean off the plate. It's sort of a mess. Isai now will wait for the 2-0 pitch. Ooh. Oh, he takes that high and inside for strike 1. That ball's hit straight up, and it's going to go, ooh, in and out of the glove of the first baseman as he coming over towards the dugout. A little grumpy with himself, and Isai will live to fight another day. Isai now with a 2-2 count. It's got to be swinging if it's close. And there's a ball. Now we got a full count. First time we've seen a full count today for the Jackrabbits. And the next pitch. Ball inside. Isai will take first. So Jack now is going to need to be patient here. Jack loves a good fastball, especially one in his eyes. And he's going to have to fight his natural tendencies here to avoid getting either a simple pop out or strikeout. And a quick move by 15. Had all of us holding our breath, but Isai was back in time. And let's see now if we can move the runner over here. That ball is strike. Jack was in disbelief there on that, but you know what? It's not dissimilar to the strike to Isai. And we have a balk call, and Isai is going to take second. I missed what the infraction was, and he's going to say that he came set maybe twice there. He sort of came set, then came down again, and that's a motion towards home, but didn't follow through, I think. And Jack with a foul ball. Oh, Jack messed up my camera. I'll be back. And Jack fouled that one off. Swing and a miss for strike 3, 56 mile an hour on the gun. Oh, I overcorrected on the camera at home. And that'll be the end of the inning, so runner left at second. That's 2 runners left on in 2 innings for the Jackrabbits. And no runs scored. They go into the bottom of the second here, down 2. Let's see, how's that? That's better, I think. Should put everybody on there. All right, as we go to the bottom of the second, those of you that are tuned into Jackrabbits baseball, you shouldn't turn the channel or anything, but there is some phenomenal baseball happening at the NCAA level. This is conference conference tournament weekend. So the Big Ten, the ACC, the SEC are all playing this weekend. You can find them on their specific channels, Big Ten or SEC. You can also find them on ESPN Plus frequently. And so I'd tune in for that for sure. It's a really good baseball. The semifinals are all happening today, but the finals are happening tomorrow. Now the conference tournaments you're playing mostly for your seeding in the NCAA tournament of 64. Selection Monday is this coming Monday, Memorial Day. 64 teams will make the NCAA tournament. They start with regionals. Those are hosted at 16 different sites throughout the country. The top 16 seeds get to host. And then then you win your pool, and it gets everybody down to 16, and then they have what's called the Super Regionals, and of course the World Series in Omaha in a couple of weeks. So make sure you're tuned in. My Arkansas Razorbacks, who I have followed and cheered on all season, were 0-2 and quickly out of the SEC tournament. It is really a tough tournament. 11 teams from the SEC are currently predicted to make the 64-team tournament, so you can see how just dominating it is. My Nebraska Cornhuskers are in the semifinals against Indiana at 4 o'clock today. So I won't have a chance to tune into that game because I'll be calling this one. But very exciting that the Cornhuskers are in the semifinals of the Big Ten tournament. They've almost certainly guaranteed themselves a spot in the NCAA tournament. So with that, ball's in coming down, and we're going to have number 15, the pitcher, step in. And he'll be facing Teddy.
Yes.
And the first, my camera angle's a little off. You can't really see Teddy now. 60 at the knees and called a ball. So it must have been a little low. I'm not behind the plate today. I'm off to the side a little bit. Next pitch is popped up deep, but off to the right side and foul. And actually ends up out of play. So 1-1 now. So Teddy gave up 2 runs in the bottom of the first on, I believe it was 4 hits. We had 1 error as well. And 15 corks that ball deep into right center. Jack's underneath it, almost gets it. It's going to bounce the wall. And the runner's going to go to second, and it looks like he's going to go to third on a leadoff triple. So I think that's the second inning in a row of leadoff triples from Prodigy. You can definitely hit the ball. They have shown it today. So Teddy not fooling them with his pitches by any means. He never does. He's not an overpowering pitcher like Gianni. He's a pitch to contact, but man, they are corking him today. And we get a timeout. So Jabrell in right field, Jack in center, and Kieran in left. Chris at third, Jorge at short. And that ball's hit down the right field line. It is going to be fair. Jabrell gets his glove on it, knocks it off to the side. It's going to get the runner over to second on a double. And that's what he would have earned on that anyway, for sure. So the double does score the run. So Teddy now in trouble again. And number 9 will step in for Prodigy. And that ball is hit down the right field line, and same place and same result on the 61-mile-an-hour fastball. And we'll get a single, and we'll have a play, no play at home. And he'll hold the ball for another RBI. So Teddy getting smacked around here. And Prodigy doing an excellent job putting the bat on the ball. I'll get it between it. And foul ball off to the right, number 88. So all the Prodigy players here are a little behind on Teddy's fastball, but putting it in play, and 88 didn't quite there, but it was also a similar trajectory as the previous two batters. So Chris is at third, Jorge at short, Ricardo at second, and Joe at first. As we've mentioned, Isai behind the plate and Teddy on the mound. And that curveball at 54 didn't go anywhere. And we're going to have some defensive changes. Gianni for Chris at third. As you can see, Gianni stepping in there. So 88 digs in now with a 1-1 count. Runner on first, has a good lead, but not going. Great stop by Isai. 59 the dirt. Isai takes it off the ribs. You want to understand how hard it is to be a catcher. To take a bunch of 59-mile-an-hour pitches off your ribs. Sure, you get a chest protector, but it doesn't do you much. And that ball is a strike. Yeah, this strike zone is a little bit hard to key in on a little bit there. So 2-2. Swing and a miss. So Teddy threw a 59-mile-an-hour pitch there to get the first out of the inning. So number 2 will step in for Prodigy. We'll see if the runner at first now, who has a much more comfortable lead, is going. And Teddy throws over very hard, but not on target. Joe makes a good job of stopping that, and the runner's back in safely. And Teddy puts his foot on the rubber. Now the runner at first is in his head. He's not going. He hits that ball straight up, Jorge underneath it, and he gets it. And no throw back to first. So with that, 2 down quickly for Prodigy after hitting 3 base hits in a row. Teddy's got to continue it here against number 3. But a big hole on the right side. Ricardo cheating pretty badly over towards second base in case of a stolen base. That's leaving a huge hole on the right side. Foul ball, 58 miles an hour.
Yeah. Well, last guy was. Hunter.
And that ball is hit down the right field line. Tell me if you've seen this before. It is fair, and that's going to get into Jabril. That's going to go for 2 at least. And that ball gets away. Teddy picks it up, and the runner will skedaddle into third. So excellent hit, again by Prodigy, hitting him where we can't possibly field that, right down the right field line. They're not getting around on Teddy, but it doesn't matter. They're plopping him right down that right field line. So 5 runs in, and another run on third, or another runner on third. And number 20 steps in, the left-hander. And that ball's popped out, fouled out of play, and onto the field, on the other field. So we'll have to have somebody go back and catch that. I remember number 20 was up last time. I think he's the second or third batter in the order, and Teddy threw a curveball that he gave up on that broke over for a strike. I'll bet that does not happen this time. Nope, it does not. It definitely does not. Teddy's curveball is hit very, very deep and over for a home run. So well struck by number 20, and kind of had a feeling that was going to happen. Teddy, he was clued in on that curveball. He knew it was coming. It was the second pitch of the at-bat. Bravo by number 20 for that home run, and he knocks his teammates over like bowling bins. That's a nice celebration. So well done, 2-run homer. Jackrabbits in a hole, 7-0 on an extremely well-struck pitch by number 20. So with 2 down, bases now will be empty. Teddy will have to shake this off. Was what is by far Teddy's worst outing of the season to point. 7 runs over an inning and 2/3 is not his ace stuff, but it's Prodigy hitting all these pitches, so, and sitting on a curveball, driving that thing 300 feet. I think it's 300 feet. Yeah, 300 feet down the middle. So 25 now with 1 strike on him. Also behind, so look for another ball to the right side, potentially another elevated hit out to Jabrell and right. Strike. So now Teddy's got no balls and 2 strikes. And let's see if he just comes back with a fastball and doesn't mess around with that curve, having been once bitten, twice shy the previous batter. And excellent stroke by 25 to hit that 65-mile-an-hour pitch straight back. He's swinging the old Miami Vice bat that Aaron used to have before he broke it.
Looks like he's 18.
He definitely is. Definitely looks plenty. 13, then some. And that ball is hit into center field. Jack dives for it, and he's going to miss it, and it's going to go all the way to the wall. And we're going to get the ball in. And they throw it back in, and a triple. So Jack with the high risk, high reward dive out there, does not make it, ends up as a triple. If he takes a different angle to it, probably ends up as a double. So we'll see if that's going to hurt the Jackrabbits with a runner on third now, number 17 stepping in. Yeah, can you take it over to Aaron? And the next pitch. And that ball is hit into right field, right in front of Jabrell. And that'll score a run, so that diving for the ball does end up hurting the Jackrabbits. So, wow. Oh, we got some F-16s flying over the top of us today. Fly over, I guess, in honor of the Prodigy, because they ain't in honor of our performance, the point. So lefty in, we'll see if the lefty then ends up hitting the ball to left field, like all the right-handers are hitting to right field. Swing and a miss. That was a 54-mile-an-hour, I think, changeup. Number 1 way ahead of that. Runner at first not going. Decent lead, but not one of threatening to steal, especially since he's leaning back to first. And Teddy with the next pitch is 62 high and away. So a huge hole now for the Jackrabbits to dig themselves out of when they get back to bat. But they got to get one more out here in the bottom of the third before that even is a possibility. And that ball is high as well. Teddy doing a windmill with his arm after that throw. That makes me think that, is he getting gassed? I don't know how many pitches he's thrown, but that's usually what he does when he feels like he doesn't quite have the control in his arm. Let's see what the next pitch is. And that ball is hit right to Jorge, right through Jorge, and into the outfield. So let's add, mistakes to misery with, oops, now we'll keep that guy on because he's going to be at first. So first and second now. You see the runner at second there right over Teddy's shoulder, and the runner at first in the little picture-in-picture box there. 23 steps in for Prodigy United. They've batted around, pretty close to batted around this inning, I think. I believe 23 was swing and a miss. So that one was either the last batter last inning or the first batter this inning. So everybody's now definitely seen Teddy's fastball and curve. And obviously they're hitting it very, very well. The runner at second, the lead, but no one holding them on. That ball is high and a strike. It's a high strike. It's a high strike to 23. So Teddy now with 2 strikes. That's where he can't afford to lose them, and he's done that a couple of times here today already. Ball is way outside. Great snag by Isai.
Boy, Isai, way to move.
Teddy comes set, big sigh. And that ball is popped up into center. Jack's underneath it. And that is finally, the first one, we hit them where we were, but not before they do a ton of damage. 6 runs across. We will see, so kind of the bottom of the order here, we got Kieran, Isaiah, Jabril, and I think Gianni, and then we'll flip the lineup over. So we'll see if we get those four boys can get themselves on, and we can make our way back. Otherwise, after 2 is an 8-run deficit. So reminder, the run rules here at USSSA, just like Cava. It's 20 after 2, so we're okay. But it is 15 after 3 and then 10 after 4. So you're looking at Prodigy knocking on the door of maybe getting us run ruled if we don't start putting some runs on the board.
Where's your wife and kids?
They're dumb to keep them in. I would save them for next game.
I know, right?
This is what happens.
And Kieran will step in now. Base is empty, sun coming out quite bright, so the little rain we felt a little bit earlier has gone through, I guess. Swing and a foul tip. 58, excuse me, on that pitch.
We need to jump on him.
Kieran now in the box, pitcher set, next pitch. Foul back. Kieran is seeing the ball so much better in the last, 2 weeks. Really able to pick the ball up out of the pitcher's hand and getting his timing right. He was all kinds of messed up timing earlier in the season, but now he's doing so much better. I think he's batting about 400 over the last 2 weeks. And 2-strike approach. He's going to take that curveball 51 high. So Kieran's legs straddling the Strait of Gibraltar here. They're pretty wide. That's a 2-strike approach. The idea is just get the hands across. And there's a little shot to the second baseman. He's going to throw it to first. And they do get him. Skip the ball over there a little bit. But doesn't matter, they got him. So that was Isaiah now will be in the box, and we will have Jabril in the on-deck circle. Kieran very quick, so he ran himself all the way down to first and taking a little bit of time to get himself back now. If Isaiah can connect here, the ball will go a long, long way. The question for Isaiah has been timing in the last couple of weeks. Been way behind on pitchers. Strike there at the thighs. Nice pitch by number 15. So Isaiah's got to decide early and swing. And like I said, he's been late on many of his decisions in the last couple of weeks. Swing and a miss at a 59-mile-an-hour pitch, low and away. Nicely placed by 15. And Isaiah quickly in the hole, 0-2. And that was a strike. That was a strike above the brim of the helmet. So anyway, Jabril now will step in with 2 down. As I mentioned, the strike zone has been kind of all over the place for the ump behind the plate, and both teams suffering from it, honestly. Jabril, cue ball off the end of his bat. He's ahead early on a 61-mile-an-hour pitch. When it comes to home plate umps, all you care about is a consistent strike zone. Call it the same for both teams, call it the same between inning to inning, and pitchers can adjust. But when you get high strikes and you get strikes at the shoe tops, it's frustrating for everybody. So, but the ball is inside, but the Jackrabbits are going to have to adjust. Just be ready. And part of the secret is don't let it get to an 0-2 count. Put the ball in play before you get there. So a 1-1 count now with 2 down. Swing and a miss on a 59-mile-an-hour pitch right down Colfax. So Jabril being told, just make contact and let's put this ball in play. Big hole in right center. Right fielder cheating over towards the line. I think that's a good move given how late Jabril's been. Oh, but that ball is hit way down the left field line, and there, Jabril is going to have a double out of it. There we go. So the first good cork from the Jackrabbits today is Jabril's double out there. And Gianni steps in now. He'll be the bottom of the order. He'll flip it over with Chris in the on-deck circle. And I just want to give a huge shout out to Keith, who in pregame we were talking about who's the next Jackrabbit to hit one over the fence. And he said, I think Jabril could do it. Even though Jabril's the youngest on the team, he's got a lot of pop. And look at that. It wasn't over the fence, but it wasn't far from it. So Keith, while silent on the broadcast, he knows his Jackrabbits and knows his baseball. And you are lucky to have him on the broadcasting team. Gianni now with the first pitch fouled straight back. And the chance for the Jackrabbits to get their first run of the day on a single. With 2 down, the ball has to reach the outfield safely for Jabril to score. Now Gianni already has several bombs over the fence, and I don't want him to swing for that, but I wouldn't be sad if we were able to connect here, given how hard 15's throwing. It could happen. And there's a foul ball. I think that went between Gianni's legs. It looked like it went between his legs as if he were some sort of NBA point guard. Now here's the bummer, 1 ball, 2 strikes. So the strike zone, you got to protect it. You just don't know where it's going to be. So Gianni now in a bit of a bind. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss at some high cheese. 63, fastest we've seen from 15 all day. And he gets Gianni swinging. So even though Jabril had a beautiful swing, we strand another 3 innings. 1 runner stranded in each inning, and the Jackrabbits are unable to plate anyone. We go to the bottom of the third, 8-0 for the Prodigy United from Lincoln, Nebraska. So making the most of their trip for sure. We'll see who's back on the mound, and then I may go over and talk to Mark here and get some understanding of the rules. But let's see what's going on here. Is Teddy coming back out? Looks like.
I think he's done.
You think he's done? No, whoever's coming, there's no one running for the mound. So we'll figure out here what the defensive alignment is, including who our pitcher is, in just a second. Well, Chris, is he going to second or is he going to the mound? Oh, Chris is asking for the ball. So yeah, Chris will be the relief pitcher after Teddy's pretty rough 2 innings of 8 runs given up. He'll be pitching to Isai. Jabril will now be at first, rewarded for that double with a defensive substitution. Ricardo at second, Jorge at short, Gianni at third. In left, standing right behind Nick. Is it still Kieran? I think it's still Kieran in left, and Jack in center, and Isaiah in right. So that'll be our 9 for when the Prodigy comes up. So Chris hopefully was warming up while we were batting. It was a little bit softer than Teddy. Still has a 2-pitch mix. time. So Chris will step in and face number 15 here. And he'll throw that ball inside. And that ball is kind of soft hit foul. And the next pitch. So Chris throws that was about 50 mile an hour. Chris throws a fastball and then like a curve that doesn't have a lot of curve to it, so it more or less floats in like a changeup.
I know I need to take her some nights so she can swim in my
And the next pitch in the dirt inside, ball 2. Oh, sorry, ball 3. And the next pitch floats high and away for ball 4. It sounds like it's raining everywhere, but I'm not feeling it. It's like a pattering sound. And Chris now will have to hold the runner on at first. In steps number 10. And there's a strike at 55 miles an hour. So a little bit of a change in speed. Isaiah a little bit quicker in right field. Jabrell at first. So we'll see if that makes a difference. On those balls that are hit into this gap. And we'll see. There's a play at third. That ball hits over, throw the cutoff man. And so that's a double, but that's a double all day long in every level of baseball with a shot into the gap like that. So that puts us in a little bit of a tough spot here. Number 9 will step in for United. He's going to be receiving pitches from our number 9, Chris. And Chris has got second and third and nobody down. So that's a strike for first pitch. That was a nice one. That was 53. I think that was the sort of change curve that Chris has. Came in just slightly slower. Here comes the fastball, and that ball is hit over to second. They're going to drop in, and again, hit them where they ain't. And they get the ball in for another run. Nice poke by number 9 there. Kind of couldn't do much with that pitch. Put it in play and rewarded with an RBI and a trip to first. Also clears the way for his teammate number 88 to step in the box. And we'll see if they have the steal on here or the double steal. And there's a ground ball right to our shortstop, who's going to go to first with it. And they get him, but not before number 10 scores. And with that, we get our first out of the inning, but did give up a run. So 1 down, 10 across the plate now.
Aaron! Tell Hunter to top.
And number 2 steps in. I have it on good authority. He's the top of the order for Prodigy. These guys have been hitting the ball very well here at the top of the order. Runner at second being held on by Jorge. Chris doesn't threat. That first pitch was a strike in some universe. I don't know what number 2 is supposed to do with that information there. There you go. There's a better hit. That ball goes right to Jorge, who's going to pick it up and throw it to first, and they got him. Oh, they called him safe. Did they? The ball beat him. Was he pulled off the bag? Or the ball not beat him? Ball did not beat him. I apologize. Good run in number, what was that, number 10? No, number 10 already scored. Whatever, good run in number Prodigy United player. Number 2, thank you. Number 3 now steps in. And runners on the corners for Prodigy. And there's a throw at second. And the runner is in safely. Runner at third did not go. So in the event that the Prodigy were to score 5 more runs before we got 2 more outs, that would end the game, just for folks who are interested. Make sure that you like and subscribe, by the way, and that you've rung the notification bell. That ball is high. Because we do have a game after this, and you're going to want to make sure that you know that we are, when we're playing, because we started late. So depending on how this goes, we could end up with starting our second game late. If we get run ruled, we'll start early. So you want to make sure you've got that subscribe and then the notification bell right next to it. And then you'll get a notification from YouTube that we're live, and so you don't have to wait for that important link. Here's the next pitch.
There you go, there you go.
Boy 9.
There we go. I mean,
Great pitch.
yeah. Ball 4 called a strike, so that's 3-1. Runner on second and third and 1 down. And, well, maybe should have taken the walk. That ball's hit into right center. And 2 runs will score. We'll see if there's a play at third. And the ball doesn't come anywhere near the cutoff man, and therefore the runner will get into third. I think that's 3 triples from the top 3 batters of the Prodigy, and 2 runs across here. So, as I mentioned, there's 3 more runs and the game is over, and we are in the heart of the order here. Number 20 has bopped the ball into deep left center before. And there's a nice strike. I missed how fast that was on the gun.
I'm not even sure how old Jabril is. I know his birthday's not till the end of December. I know.
Swing and a miss, a 56-mile-an-hour pitch there. So Chris way ahead now, 0-2. He can kind of do what he wants here with number 20. And let's see if he can make the most of it. Given the strike zone, I think maybe you throw the ball high or quite low and see if you can't get an assist from the ump. Let's see. And a play to third. And the ball gets away, and that's going to score a run. I'm not sure why there was the throw over. The runner wasn't that far off. But that clears the bases now. Puts another one across, an unlucky 13 for the Jackrabbits. Oh, you know what? Since they're home, either we got to score a bunch of runs in the top of the 4th or it's all over too. So Jackrabbits in a world of hurt here. And number 20 sitting on an 0-2 count but looking to swing that big stick. Let's see how he does. That was a ball, but I wasn't sure until I heard the ump call it. But that was a good pitch by Chris to test that strike zone, because why not? And a shot to Gianni, knocks it down with his glove, and he's not able to come up with it. So, what maybe was the second out of the inning is now a base hit. It was hit really hard, and Gianni had to react quickly. And number 25's up, swinging the Miami Vice bat. And Chris absolutely has to keep the ball on the ground here, or ball on the low, so that 25 hits it in the ground. And that ball skips away from Isai. The runner's going to take second. And I know my second base camera's off a little bit. I apologize. I have to go fix that mid-inning. Ball inside. The score is currently 13 for Prodigy United, nothing for the Jackrabbits. We're getting beat hard. How come you're all wet? Did you get rained on? Oh, you wanted the splash pad? Okay. Ball inside, 25 pulls back for a second pitch on the inside corner. Jackrabbits will be playing the Northern Colorado Monarchs in the next game. For those of you that are paying attention, that is the same team that we played in the championship last Sunday. And that ball is corked to the left side, and Kieran picks it up, and he's going to hit his cutoff man, and we'll see they keep the runner at first. And that gives 14-0. So the winning run now on first base. And number 17 will step in with one down. So the Northern Colorado Monarchs are the team we'll play at 4, and they are the team we played in the championship game last week. It's going to be a completely different team because remember that team was very gassed from a 8 or 9 inning semifinal game. And that ball's popped up to the right side. Jabrell and wow, we don't even really want to play. So that ball, there's no talk. Ricardo and Jabrell couldn't figure out who was going to catch it. And when Ricardo didn't get his glove on it, the ball skipped away. So now you got runners at first and second. But what most concerns me is a little bit of no heart there. When the ball skipped away, no one really went for it. That's just not telling me that the Jackrabbits want to be playing this game. Like I said, it feels more like those Wednesday night games where we get beat down versus our weekend games where we play to win. So, number 1 takes that right off the right shoulder. He seems okay, throws his bat and his protective armor, which didn't help him one lick there. And he's down at first and gives his coach a high five. And we're going to play on here. Looks like there's no long-term damage to taking that fastball off the left shoulder. So the winning run 80 feet away, and number 23 will step in now. Jackrabbits will have to get a double play here, or the runner will end up, you can't trade a run for an out here because that would be the game. So Jackrabbits have to get the double play. We'll see if that can happen. So Isai being reminded that the play is at home, the force play is at home on a ground ball. And he's got to be ready for it. And that ball is going to get away, but no one's coming back. And that ball had all kinds of topspin on it, kept running away from Isai in foul territory here behind the plate. So 3:19 on the clock. We're just about an hour into this ball game. For Jackrabbits fans, it's probably felt a lot longer. For Prodigy United fans, I'll bet you'd like to see this game go another hour. Ball is in the dirt. Chris has no place to put number 23 here, so you can't afford to walk him. You don't want to walk the winning run in. Chris now 2-1. 23 knows a fastball is coming. And he takes that strike 2, about 6 to 8 inches above his helmet. So,
Go back there.
yeah, I mean, if he's going to give you that pitch, it might as well throw it, but it's not fair to anybody. Yeah, and then the 2-2 count. And we get a ground ball to Gianni, who's going to throw it to first. But that will be the game because that will be a run for an out. So 15-0, and that is the run rule. So good job by number 23 to get the ball in play and to get his teammate across on the RBI. So with that, the Jackrabbits played poorly. Prodigy United played like champions. I congratulate them and hope they enjoy their time here in Denver on their trip from Lincoln, and we will hopefully see them in the elimination game, but they beat us hard. And with that, on behalf of Keith and myself, this is Jackrabbits Broadcasting. We're going to sign off. We thank you for tuning in today. Make sure, again, you like and subscribe. We're supposed to be back at 4. We finished early. I'll bet you we're back at 3:30, ladies and gentlemen. So see you